Dreams about an ex-partner or a first love often carry a quiet emotional intensity that lingers long after waking. They are rarely random. Instead, they emerge from a deep psychological landscape shaped by memory, attachment, and unresolved feelings. When someone dreams about a past relationship, especially a first love, it is not always a sign that they want that person back. More often, it reflects something internal, a need for closure, a return to a former version of the self, or the resurfacing of emotions that were never fully processed. First love, in particular, occupies a unique place in the human psyche. It is often tied to a period of emotional awakening when feelings are experienced with a kind of purity and intensity that may never be replicated in quite the same way again. Because of this, memories of a first love are stored not only as recollections of a person, but as symbols of youth, innocence, and emotional discovery. When such a figure appears in a dream, it may represent more than the individual. It can symbolize a longing for simplicity, authenticity, or a time when life felt less complicated. Dreaming of an ex-partner, on the other hand, may reflect unfinished emotional business. Relationships rarely end in perfect emotional symmetry. One person often leaves with more questions than answers, more feelings than resolution. Even if a person believes they have moved on, the subconscious mind may still be working through unresolved tensions. Dreams provide a safe space where these lingering emotions can be explored without the constraints of waking reality. In this sense, dreaming about an ex is not regression, it is processing. Interestingly, the emotional tone of the dream matters as much as the presence of the person. A dream filled with warmth and affection may suggest nostalgia or a yearning for emotional closeness that is currently missing in one's life. It might not be about the ex themselves, but about what they represented: comfort, validation, or a sense of being understood. Conversely, a dream marked by conflict, tension, or sadness may indicate unresolved pain or lingering resentment. These dreams can act as a mirror, reflecting emotional wounds that have not yet fully healed. Another important layer to consider is identity. Relationships, especially significant ones, shape how individuals see themselves. When a relationship ends, it is not just the connection that is lost, but also a version of the self that existed within that connection. Dreaming about an ex or a first love can sometimes signal a subconscious attempt to reconnect with that former identity. It may be a way of asking, who was I then? What parts of that person have I lost or outgrown? In this way, such dreams are less about the past relationship and more about personal evolution. Context also plays a crucial role. If someone is currently experiencing emotional uncertainty, loneliness, or dissatisfaction in their present relationship, dreams about past partners may become more frequent. The mind, in its search for emotional equilibrium, may revisit past experiences that felt meaningful or intense. This does not necessarily mean that the past was better, but rather that it is being used as a reference point to understand present feelings. Moreover, the human brain has a natural tendency to idealize the past. Over time, negative details fade while positive memories become more prominent. This cognitive bias can make dreams about ex-partners feel unusually vivid or emotionally charged. In the dream state, where logic is softened and emotion is amplified, the past can appear more appealing than it truly was. This is why it is important not to interpret such dreams too literally. They are not instructions or predictions. They are symbolic narratives constructed by the subconscious mind. From a neurological perspective, dreams are closely linked to memory consolidation and emotional regulation. During sleep, the brain processes experiences, organizes memories, and integrates emotional responses. Figures from the past may reappear simply because they are part of the brain's existing emotional archive. When triggered by certain thoughts, feelings, or even unrelated daily experiences, these memories can be reactivated and woven into dreams. Cultural beliefs also shape how people interpret such dreams. In some traditions, dreaming of a past lover is seen as a sign that the person is thinking about you, or that there is an unfinished spiritual connection. While these interpretations can be comforting or intriguing, psychological perspectives tend to focus more on internal processes rather than external meanings. The dream is not a message from the other person, it is a message from oneself. Ultimately, dreaming about an ex or a first love is a deeply human experience. It reflects the complexity of emotional memory and the enduring impact of meaningful relationships. Rather than viewing these dreams as confusing or unsettling, they can be approached with curiosity. What emotions did the dream evoke? What aspects of the relationship stood out? How do those feelings relate to one's current life? By asking these questions, individuals can gain insight into their own emotional state. Perhaps the dream highlights a need for closure or a desire for deeper connection in the present. Perhaps it reveals lingering attachments that have yet to be fully released. Or perhaps it simply reflects a moment of remembrance, a quiet acknowledgement of a chapter that once mattered. In the end, dreams about past relationships are not about going backward. They are about understanding where we are now through the lens of where we have been.